Okay, so this new episode of Invincible is a little weird to me. Because I really like it, but I also have some problems with it, and that I will get into. And like I say, normally I like to start off with the bad. So I'm going to start off with the bad. Especially since there's more good than there is bad, I'm able to pretty easily start off with the bad. Now, the bad, and it's oh my god, the bad, and it's a big bad, is that the mole reveal was really bad. Like, this one character who maybe has, what, 3 minutes, 2 minutes of screen time, is the big mole that we have been focusing on since season 2? The first hint we got to him being a mole was this episode. Because this character has done nothing for the rest of the show. So why am I supposed to care? Now I am, spoiler alert, I won't give spoilers, but this also could just be non-concrete. Concrete is that I believe that something said that he's actually not the mole, and it's someone else who is actually very important. But I mean, and if that's true, this my big point here is counteracted that he's not the mole. But if they wrote it to make it really seem like he is the mole, unless if he's that dedicated, then to not revealing who the actual mole is, then that's great. But also, the stupid defense I've seen people give is that, oh, well, it's actually real. It'd be more realistic. If you were a mole, wouldn't you want to go undercover and go unnoticed? Sure, that's true. You wouldn't want to go to the immediate top of the ranks and suddenly be God. You wouldn't want to go to the top of the ranks and be really suspicious making all these decisions for the Viltrum Empire that would help them. Yeah, you're going to have a lot more eyes on you, and people are going to figure it out. Yes. But here's the thing. Sometimes realistic, is not good. I mean, Invincible showed off literally last episode with some things that were real. I mean, the entire show is a superhero show. It's going to be unrealistic. But even if we just go through things, like, sometimes things that aren't realistic are the things that are better. Sometimes, a lot of the time, realism is good. Things that would realistically happen, like good dialogue, like realistic dialogue that happened between humans. Things that would happen, like events, like Debbie not going with. Oh yeah, Debbie not getting back with Omni-Man compared to the comics where she did. Like, yeah, one's more realistic than the other, and it comes with a better outcome. Here's not one of those outcomes. It's, you're a useless character and no one cares about you. I don't care that you're the big mole. It also doesn't help that the Coalition has gotten not that much screen time, or not enough screen time. And I don't mean to talk about this for so long, but it is a really bad decision. I mean, you just make a nothing character be your mole that almost got Alan killed, that just had this huge event of them being able to attack Telestria. That's what it's called, right? And like all that, and the Viltrumites attack, like all this big thing that happened this episode, initiating the Viltrumite War, is because of some random nobody that literally no one cares about. Again, I think it's a bad decision to do that. Other some more minor nitpicks, like a little bit of character inconsistencies, and I get characters can grow, but Oliver went from last season saying, "Oh yeah, will the world forgive my dad?" Because he does. He forgave his dad for everything he did. Although, and then it suddenly changed. I mean, it's not the biggest critique in the world because I get people change, but I still find it a little weird. And I do see people complaining about Lee Pace's voice as Thrag. kind of agree. He does a great job when he's trying to act big, intimidating. But there's some moments where he just feels too high pitched. Like one of the scenes where he's talking to General Krieg. He just sounds a little weird, and then know that he screams when something big happens in the fight. That feels just a little off to me. I mean, it's not a bad decision to cast him. I think he does great sometimes, not so great other times. And I've heard people say, oh, it makes him sound more sophisticated, and it makes him, makes him sound more sophisticated, makes him sound, like he has deeper layers, like he's putting on a facade to Viltrum, but, like, I mean, I guess, sure, but so far, it's just a little bit weird. Another thing that I'll just bring up quickly, I mean, I think I've said it basically every time, the animation in the show is not good. It's just not. In this episode, I especially noticed some rough points with the ships and the characters, like, sucks that the show can't get a higher budget, and that they decide to waste it on, and the budget that they do have, they decide to waste it on getting every character to be a professional, or not professional, a celebrity voice actor. Professionals can do just as well, so it kind of sucks that you're doing this. Like, you don't need to cast the MCU star Simu Liu as multi-ball. You don't need to do that. You can cast a professional voice actor, and boom, your animation's probably going to go up, because I bet a normal voice actor is going to cost a lot less than Simu Liu. I hope, I know I just butchered his name. Sorry for that, if I did. It's sorry, because I know I did. Because I was rushing. And, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, like, there's some rough, but now let's get into the good. I really like everything with Oliver and Omni-Man. I think it's all really good, and seeing them develop and see them care for each other. They do lower the coma time. It was 8 months in the comics. 2 months here. I don't get why. Also, I found Mark's beard design really funny, because it was just not. I didn't like it. I didn't really like his beard design. It's much better in the comics where he actually has a full beard. Honestly, I don't get why they only made 2 months instead of 8. Okay, I promise I like this episode. I've only complained. But I really love some of the things with Oliver and Omni-Man. There's been some scaling issues, like Omni-Man basically... Okay, what... I'm not going to get into that. Invincible is terrible scaling. We all know. Yeah. So that stuff was really, really great. I really liked it. And you know what? As much as I was just dissing Lee Pace as Thrag, I really like Thrag in this episode. Sometimes. We'll say sometimes he just feels like he's standing around there doing nothing. Like, Thrag, you are the strongest Viltrumite. I mean, like, in, like, one episode, like, in the comics, he swats away Battle Beast like he's a bug. Battle Beast is so far, like, the strongest character we see on the show. And you're just sitting there with Argyle's skull. Like, but I do really like some of the things, like when he's talking to Argyle's skull. Argyle? Is it Argles or Argyle? I think it's Argyle. Emperor Argyle. It's one of the two. Well, when he's talking to his skull and when he's doing stuff like that. That when he's just by himself and talking to the Viltrumites, saying how they're going to stop the Coalition, and his war speeches, it's all really good, right? And same with the Coalition. It's all going really well. And I do like some of Tech Jacket's and Alan's dynamics. I think they work really well. Only problem is, why is Tech Jacket here? She's done nothing except lose. Literally nothing. I don't like how they nerfed Alan. Alan went from either being equal to or stronger than Omni-Man. Yes, he literally was. Omni-Man punched the Viltrumite. Fine. Alan punched him. His head blew open. Like, literally, Omni-Man punched him. just a nosebleed. When Omni-Man Alan punched him, his head blew up. And clearly, Nolan was not making up that strength difference. And also, like, Alan is up there in the ranks of being as powerful as Nolan, except he's getting, like sorry. Again, this show's terrible with its power scaling, but honestly, there's a lot of amazingness to this episode. But I kind of did just complain. Like, the invasion on Celestia was amazing. It was an amazing sequence, other than the mole reveal, but it was it was really amazing. I really liked it. Alan, all the characters are very good. Omni-Man Mark waking up from his coma and seeing the graves, thinking that Oliver and Omni-Man died, was very sad till they showed up and made a great scene. Although they did replace some lines that I felt iffy on, but overall, yeah. And that post-credit scene of them zooming in on Conquest's grave just for him to not do anything, which, well, it's not really funny to people who know about it, but it's a funny joke. And overall, I think there's a lot of good in this episode. But as I feel like everyone said this before, it's easier to complain than it is to say something good about something, you know? So overall, like, despite what I'm saying, I think this is a fantastic episode. I'm just not portraying it. Although, as more I think about it, the worse it gets. I was at 9.8 for this episode when I first saw it. Then I just keep thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to lower it. I think it is a 9.5. I think it's about as good as the Omni-Man and Alan Space Adventure episode. But it's not spectacular like the previous episode. Which I'm still debating on whether that's a 10 out of 10 or not. I gave it a 9.9. I think I might keep it there. And yes, after this little update, I think Daredevil Born Again is winning by a good chunk now. Gloves Off was just too good of an episode to top. And on the fact that Scales and Swords isn't too much worse than last week's episode. And it had a better pilot or premiere. And its worst episode is still really great compared to Invincible's just being solid. Honestly, I don't unless Born Again just falls off a cliff and gets 8s out of 10, which I know is not. That's still good, great even. It's just a nosedive in quality from where it's at which I don't expect seeing. And if the last 2 episodes of Invincible are... Okay, little cut. If the last 2 episodes of Invincible are 10 out of 10 episodes, then I can reconsider and think that, maybe, just maybe, there is a chance that it could overtake it. But I don't see that happening. But overall, I still think this season's fantastic. With just one misstep of an episode, that's still a 7 out of 10. But overall, yeah, episode was fantastic. And I'm sorry I did complain too much because I really do like this episode. But yeah, it is what it is.